Hey there! Welcome to another vlog slash unboxing video. I got a couple packages from various places, from various people, and I want to open them and also give you guys a little heads up on what's coming next for this channel and a few other sort of random things that I wanted to talk about off the top of my head. Anyway, before I actually get to the unboxing, I just want to let you guys know that in the fall, things are going to be a little bit different in terms of my schedule because I will be going back to school. I got accepted to Washington State University, Vancouver, the Vancouver campus in Washington, and I'm going to try to get my minor in film studies. So, yeah, so that's going to be happening. So, and hopefully I'll learn how to drive by then, so then I can drive there, which takes like 20 minutes, instead of taking the bus, which for some reason, because of how things are over here, it'll take me 2 hours to get to the campus. So, ideally, hopefully, I'll have my permit by then, and I'll already know how to drive, so then I don't have to ride the bus for 2 hours just to get to class, and then 2 hours home. But if stuff happens and I still got to take the bus, I'll just deal with it. Really, I'll just do it. So anyway, yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm actually missing school. I'm actually missing going to a campus and meeting new people and being around a lot of people and things like that and so on. So that'll be fun. Um, And also, I'll give you guys a little update on what's coming next for this channel. I got one more X-Men review, X-Men Apocalypse. It's going to be a rant and a review because the movie was disappointing. So that'll be up pretty soon, probably later tonight. And then I'm going to be doing a mini Kong marathon. So a mini marathon of King Kong films. So I'm going to be reviewing the first film. I don't know if I'm going to do Son of Kong yet. I might, because it's only like an hour. So it'd be a really short review. So maybe Son of Kong. Definitely doing the 1976 remake, which before Kong Skull Island was my favorite Kong film, but I don't know. I think Kong Skull Island might have taken the top spot away from the 1976 King Kong. But I haven't seen the 1976 King Kong in a long time, so uh, that'll be definitely more of a review and a retrospective. And also, I'll be reviewing King Kong Lives, which I'm probably one of the only people in the world that actually enjoys the film. It's a piece of shit, don't get me wrong, but it's an entertaining piece of shit. It's one of those so bad it's good movies for me. It's a total guilty pleasure. And then the 2005 King Kong film, and then a review of Kong Skull Island. So that's the plan for at least half this week, and the rest of the half of this week I'm going to be doing some Power Rangers stuff. So I'm going to be reviewing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie, Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, and I'm going to be doing a video game playthrough of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Super Nintendo, which I think is a great game. I know James and Mike, James Rolfe and Mike Matei, they did a little video on that game recently on their channels. And so I think it was Cinemassacre, and they did one on their channel, and they thought it was just okay. I personally think it's a great game because it's not too difficult. The difficulty level of some of the bosses gets a little bit increasingly harder as the game goes on, but it's a really fun game because it's a really entertaining, fun beat 'em up with easy controls to understand and to use. You can play as multiple different Power Rangers, so it has, to be honest, you can play the game multiple different times and get a different feel and a different vibe with it and different challenges by playing different Rangers. I personally prefer playing as the Red Ranger, as Jason, and that's probably who I will play as in the playthrough. But You can also play as a Black Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, the Pink Ranger, the Blue Ranger, and they all have different weapons and they all have different uh, combo moves, so to speak. So honestly, it was a really fun beat 'em up in the vein of something like Streets of Rage and things like that. So I can't wait to play that. It's actually one of my favorite video games, period. So hopefully my commentary will do things justice. It probably won't be all in one video because I don't know if I want to do it that way, so it'll be in parts. Um, but it won't be one of those that'll be like, oh, I'll go through level 1 and that's one part, and then level 2 and another part. No, I mean, to be honest, it'll probably be as long as I can go without dying, and then having to start over. And put in a code in order to go to the next level or start on the next level again. But yeah, really, really looking forward to that because it's gonna be fun, and I love that game, so it's gonna be great. At least I'm hoping so anyway. And for those of you who might be wondering, like, what's with the Charlotte Hornets hat? Um, it matches my X-Men shirt I'm wearing right now. But anyway, I got this at Goodwill recently for like $4 in like nearly brand new shape, which is a crazy good deal. And I'm a fan of Charlotte Hornets. I grew up watching them and the Bulls when I was a kid. I love this logo, and honestly, yeah, it's kind of a collector's item because they can't really use this logo because the NBA owns it or something. It doesn't want them to use it for some reason or whatever. So, unless you want to pay like crazy big prices for vintage hats like this, or to pay the NBA for their, what is it, like throwback retro hats with the old Hornets logo, um, you're not going to find a better deal than I did getting this at Goodwill. It still had the tag on it too. It's crazy. Um, but anyway, yeah, I'll probably wear this hat more often because, to be honest, it's one of my new favorite hats. I've always wanted a Charlotte Hornets hat with the vintage logo. So yeah, this is really really cool. Um, but anyway, yeah, I haven't really followed them that much lately, though. I keep track of Charlotte because they're back as the Hornets, but really I'm more of a Blazers fan. And man, the Blazers are on a tear, and I don't know. They're gunning for that eighth playoff spot, and they might get it. They might take it. They might grab it right away from Denver. The trade to get Nurkic, it has been unbelievable. I got Nurk fever, and Lillard has been on a tear recently. He just scored 49 points last night. Not last night. I mean yesterday afternoon against the Miami Heat in Miami. So yeah, this team is starting to heat up, and we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll make the playoffs, and maybe they'll shock the world. I mean, they're really starting to round into form, and I could definitely say that I think their chances of actually getting the eighth seed are pretty good because they got a stretch of 10 home games coming up. So they got 13 games left before the end of the season, and 10 of them are at home. So yeah, and if they keep up the way they're playing, they have a chance in all of those games. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's just a little bit of vlog type thing. Also, I did record some other reviews ahead of time that I might post every now and then because I already recorded them already. So if you think it's kind of random, I'm posting something that doesn't really fit in the sort of marathon that I'm doing at the time. That's why. Also, I did record a part 1 of my VHS collection. I just need to record a part 2. And then when I do that, then I'll probably try to post that. Um, Also, I um I have a giant DVD and Blu-ray update coming up soon. I really need to record that video because if I don't, it's just gonna get even bigger. Because I had an unbelievable haul a couple months ago that is like multiple. It's just like I think it's like over 70 fucking DVDs. It was insane. It's one of those things that I should do it as soon as possible before the video gets too long. But anyway, probably people are thinking this video is too long anyway. It's like, this vlog is too long. We're like, sorry. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what's on my mind, what I got coming up next, and so on. But yeah, let's get to the main attraction, shall we? Let's get to the... First off, I'm going to show you something that I got in the mail recently. I wanted to show this because I'm a big fan of this show on MTV. Liquid Television. This is a VHS, the best of Liquid Television. This is, to date, the only official release of this show. Is this best of VHS. I got this for a pretty good deal. I got it for about $8 on the Facebook group that I'm a part of, which is a really cool group, by the way. And it's in alright shape. I mean, there's a cut on the side here. I don't know why that's there. But the tape itself plays great, and it's in really good shape. So that's one of the things that matters the most about it. But yeah, MTV, if you could, I would love to see this on DVD or Blu-ray. I would buy it. I'd buy the whole series, and I know I'm not the only one. I didn't grow up with this show, but I discovered it on a bootleg tape that I got off Craigslist when I went to this guy's house and got some tapes from him. And I fell in love with it because it's so bizarre and so weird and so creative, and I love that kind of stuff. So, yeah. There are some episodes of Liquid Television, I think, on YouTube. I mean, there were. I don't know if they're still on YouTube anymore, though. But if you like bizarre, weird, strange, surreal animation, I definitely do recommend Liquid Television. Check it out sometime. Now, the first package I have here is actually another thing from another package from the group. I got another one coming, which is from a guy who has actually become a really good friend of mine, actually. He did a custom set of the Encyclopedia of Horror, which is a out-of-print Laserdisc set of the uncut Stephen King's This Is Horror episodes. So 6 hours of really rare behind-the-scenes horror material. So behind-the-scenes footage of horror films and things like that. And I can't wait to get that in the mail. And this one, I could not believe it when I got this. I really could not. Unbelievably killer deal for this. This is Necronomicon. It says Necronomicon El Libro de la Muerte. This is Necronomicon Book of the Dead with Jeffrey Combs and Bruce Payne, which is actually one of my favorite anthology films. And this is a semi-official release, and it's a Mexican release. This release is so rare that it is not even, I can't even find it on Google. I typed this into Google, I can't find anything. It's like Google doesn't even know this release even exists. This has, the film is actually in widescreen. It's a widescreen print of the movie. I haven't tested it out yet, but I can't wait to test it out when I get done with this video. It has English audio with optional Spanish subtitles. It has a Dolby Digital 2.0 surround sound track. It has a trailer. And it's uncut. And so it might have been, it possibly might be as far as I know, it's uncut anyway. It might be a bootleg, but it doesn't look like it. And you will not believe the price. I got this for $6. $6! $6 for a DVD of Necronomicon Book of the Dead. I didn't even know there was a Mexican release. I just thought there was only a French release and a German release, and they were all really rare and expensive and hard to find. But no, apparently there's a Mexican release. And I got it for $6. Killer deal. Absolutely killer deal. So I can't wait to check this out because I'm a big fan of that film. And one of these days I want to do an horror anthology month anyway. And I did one, but I didn't finish it. I started it and didn't finish. And I know people probably wondering, what about Peter Weller? That's another thing I need to finish. It's just that's one thing I really need to work on. I need to work on starting things and then actually finishing them on this channel. So, but then I get busy with other stuff, and then things just don't work out. And I'll get back to it. So anyway, this is a package from Jonathan Lindsay, who sent me a lot of awesome stuff in the past. So he sent me a package here with some Blu-rays. And, oh, well, all right. A tale as old as time. Beauty and the Beast. I have not seen this film since I was a kid. So, I was wondering about Beauty and the Beast because I know the live action one came out. And I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll review it, but then if I was going to do that, I would definitely want to revisit the animated one, and now I have the Blu-ray thanks to John. So, I think I will. I think I will definitely watch this again, do a review of it, and watch the new Beauty and the Beast. It probably will be after Power Rangers around the same time as I'm doing, or maybe same time around, as Kong. It's only 2 movies, so I might be able to make it work. I'll see what I can do, but thank you so much for this. I haven't seen that in forever. Invaders from Mars, the Invaders from Mars remake, the Shout Factory, the Scream Factory release. I'm glad to have this. I'm not really a big fan of the film, but for the features, I'm definitely curious about it. It's got a retrospective featuring interviews with Toby Hooper, Hunter Carson, Alec Gillis, and Gino Crognale, and Christopher Young. I don't know if it includes the original featurette from back in the day. It doesn't say it does on the back here. I'd be shocked if it didn't, because that's on the DVD. But, alright, I mean, this film just bothers me. There are good things in this, but I wouldn't mind revisiting it one day and reviewing it again, though. And this is nice to have for whenever I get back to doing the horror films of the 80s. This is a nice thing to have for that marathon. Alright, cool. Blu-ray of Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence. Because I will be reviewing Ghost in the Shell and the sequel and Akira leading up to the release of the live-action Ghost in the Shell film, which I am planning on seeing because I really am curious about the movie. So anyway, yeah, this is the sequel, Ghost in the Shell 2, Innocence. He also sent me a Blu-ray of Leon the Professional. Cool. I've actually never seen this film. I know. You think I would have seen it. It's remastered in 4K as well. Cool. But I've actually never seen this movie. I've never seen Leon the Professional. So thank you, John. I really am. Yeah, I'm curious about this. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's got the theatrical and the extended version of the film. Wow. Hey, a Touchstone. Take notes. You could have easily released the theatrical version of Con Air on one disc. So what was the extended version as well? All right, cool. And he sent me one other Blu-ray of Squirm, which is an upgrade over my DVD of the film, and it has that cover art I really like. I love this cover art. It's so awesome. I love this art. I think it's such a cool, really well done, honestly pretty beautiful work of art there. So, all right, Squirm. I remember seeing the MS3TK version of this with my dad when I was a kid. This actually has new interviews with Jeff Lieberman, an audio commentary with Jeff Lieberman, interviews with actor Don Scardino and special effects artist Bill Milling, a tour of the locations with Jeff Lieberman. So, alright. I've heard the director's kind of a dick, though, but, hey. I'm definitely glad to have this for my collection. So, thank you. And honestly, thank you for everything. Thank you for being a good friend. Thank you for sending these wonderful gifts. And I'm gonna try to do my best to review these movies that you sent me. You sent me, John. You sent me so many things, and words cannot express how grateful I am for all of them. And I really do plan on, by the end of this year, hopefully reviewing almost every single thing that you've sent me. And I definitely want to get back on that. And April doesn't really seem like a month where there's a lot in theaters that I really want to see, except for maybe Fast and the Furious 8, The Fate of the Furious. So maybe I'll make that a kind of a month where I just review a bunch of stuff that he sent me, which I think, that's cool. He sent me a lot of stuff, a lot of variety of things as well. So anyway, yeah, that's the vlog. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, stay tuned for more reviews. I got X-Men Apocalypse coming right down the pike. I definitely want to put its head on a pike, if you know what I mean. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. See ya.